The neighborhood was quiet. It was the kind of place where nothing ever happened. Clean roads. Green lawns. White fences. Every house looked the same. People followed rules here. Too many rules. This area had an HOA. And everyone knew one thing. You never argued with the HOA. Especially not with Karen. Karen was the HOA president. She loved rules. She loved control. Every morning, she walked around the neighborhood with a clipboard. She checked lawns. She checked trash bins. She checked cars. She believed this place belonged to her. On this calm morning, something caught her eye. A Jeep. It was parked in a driveway near the corner house. It was old. Strong. Different. It did not look like the clean SUVs around it. Karen stopped walking. She stared at the Jeep. Her lips became tight. "This does not belong here," she whispered. The man who lived in the house was calm. He was quiet. He never caused trouble. He had lived there for years. He paid his HOA fees on time. He never broke rules. That morning, he came outside holding a cup of coffee. He saw Karen standing near his driveway. She pointed at the Jeep. "You cannot park this here," she said. Her voice was cold. The man looked at the Jeep. Then he looked at Karen. "It is parked on my property," he said calmly. Karen crossed her arms. "This vehicle breaks HOA rules," she replied. "No old or military-style vehicles are allowed." The man did not argue. He did not raise his voice. "This Jeep is allowed," he said. Karen smiled. But it was not a friendly smile. She wrote something on her clipboard. "You will receive a fine," she said. $500. The man blinked. "For what?" he asked. "For ignoring HOA rules," Karen answered. The man stayed quiet. Karen took photos of the Jeep. From different angles. Like it was evidence of a crime. Some neighbors watched from their windows. No one said anything. Everyone knew Karen. She loved power. And she loved punishing people. Karen walked away, feeling proud. The man watched her leave. He did not look angry. He did not look scared. He looked patient. That Jeep was not new. It had marks. It had history. And it was not just a vehicle. Karen did not know this. Later that day, the man received an email. HOA violation notice. It said he had 48 hours to remove the Jeep or pay the fine. The man read it slowly. Then he smiled. He did not reply. The next day, Karen returned. She knocked on his door. Hard. The man opened it. "Did you read the notice?" she asked. "Yes," he said. "Then why is the Jeep still here?" Karen demanded. "It will stay," the man replied. Karen's eyes widened. "Are you refusing HOA rules?" she asked. The man shook his head. "No," he said. "I am following the law." Karen laughed. "The HOA is the law here," she said. She leaned closer. "You do not want problems with me." The man stayed calm. "I am not afraid of problems," he said. Karen stepped back. "This is your last warning," she said. "Tomorrow, the fine doubles." She walked away. Neighbors whispered. Some felt bad for the man. Some were scared for him. Karen had destroyed people before. But the man did nothing. He did not move the Jeep. He did not complain. He waited. That night, he opened a folder. Inside were papers. Official papers. Permits. Clear signs. The Jeep was federal property. It was used for government work. And HOA had no power over it. The man closed the folder. He knew what was coming. Karen thought she was in control. She thought this was just another win. She did not know. This Jeep was protected by law. And tomorrow, everything would change. Karen did not sleep well that night. Her mind was stuck on one thing. The Jeep. She hated how it stood there. Quiet. Unmoved. Like it did not care about her rules. Next morning, she woke up early. Too early. She opened her laptop before breakfast. She logged into the HOA system. Click. 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 She created a second violation notice. This time, the fine was bigger. $1,000. She smiled. Power felt good to her. Karen printed the notice and drove straight to the house. She did not knock this time. She taped the paper directly on the door. Big letters. Red ink. Final warning. Neighbors watched again. One man shook his head. One woman closed her blinds. No one wanted trouble. Karen walked back to her car. She looked at the Jeep one more time. Still there. Still silent. Still strong. This ends today, she said to herself. Later that day, Karen called an HOA meeting. She wanted support. She wanted witnesses. She stood in front of the board members and said, "There is a homeowner refusing to obey." She showed photos of the Jeep. Some board members looked uncomfortable. One man asked, "Is it really breaking rules?" Karen answered fast. "Yes." Old. Military style. Ugly. The room went quiet. Another board member asked, "Did he explain anything?" Karen paused. "No," she said. "He is being difficult." That was not fully true. But Karen did not like the truth. She wanted control. That evening, Karen sent another email. This time, it sounded serious. It said the Jeep would be towed. The man read the email slowly. Still calm. He did not reply. Karen hated that. No fear. No apology. Just silence. The next morning, Karen returned with a tow company. The driver looked confused. "Are you sure?" he asked. Karen nodded. "It breaks HOA rules," she said. The driver looked at the Jeep. Then he looked at the house. "Where are the keys?" he asked. Karen smiled. "We do not need keys," she replied. Before anything could happen, the front door opened. The man stepped outside. He looked at the tow truck. Then at Karen. "You should stop," he said calmly. Karen laughed. "Too late," she said. "This Jeep is going." The man did not shout. He did not argue. He reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small card. He handed it to the driver. The driver read it. His face changed. He stepped back. "I can't touch this," the driver said. Karen froze. "What do you mean?" she snapped. The driver shook his head. "This vehicle is not private," he said. "It's federal." The word hit hard. Federal. Karen's smile disappeared. "What is he talking about?" she asked. The man looked at her. "This Jeep is not under HOA rules," he said. "It never was." Karen's hands started shaking. She felt eyes on her. Neighbors were outside now. Watching. Listening. Karen tried to speak. "This is not over," she said. But her voice was weak. Very weak. The tow truck left. The Jeep stayed. Karen stood there. Confused. Angry. Scared. For the first time, Karen realized something. She might have made a very big mistake. And the worst part? This was only the beginning. Karen did not talk to anyone that day. That was strange. Usually, she told everyone everything. But now, she was quiet. Very quiet. The word federal kept repeating in her head. She sat alone in her living room, holding her phone. She wanted to call someone. But she did not know who. She searched online. Federal property vehicle rules. Her eyes moved fast. Her face turned pale. The more she read, the worse it got. Meanwhile, the man was calm. Too calm. He washed his Jeep slowly. Like nothing happened. Neighbors watched from a distance. They noticed something. Karen was no longer walking around with her clipboard. No notes. No warnings. That scared people. Because when Karen went silent, it meant trouble. That evening, Karen sent one more email. This time, the tone was different. Not angry. Not strong. Just short. Please explain the status of your vehicle. The man read the email. He waited. 1 hour. 2 hours. Then he replied with one sentence. This Jeep is registered under federal use. Nothing more. No details. No apology. Karen read it again. And again. Her hands started sweating. She forwarded the email to the HOA lawyer. She added a message. Is this real? The lawyer replied fast. Too fast. Do not take action until I confirm. Karen felt a sharp pain in her chest. She had never heard that before. The next morning, Karen drove through the neighborhood. Slow. Careful. She stopped near the Jeep. She did not step out of her car. She just stared. The Jeep looked the same. But now it felt different. Stronger. Protected. The man came outside again. He saw Karen sitting in her car. They made eye contact. Karen looked away first. That never happened before. Later that day, HOA board members started calling her. They had questions. Why is there a federal vehicle here? Did you approve this? Are we in trouble? Karen did not have answers. She told them she was handling it. But her voice was shaking. That night, a white envelope arrived at the man's house. No return address. Inside was a letter from HOA. It said all fines were on hold. The man smiled. Karen was losing control. The neighbors felt it. They started talking. One said, Karen went too far. Another said, she messed with the wrong person. Karen heard the whispers. She hated that. She tried to act normal. But nothing was normal anymore. The next morning, an official-looking car stopped near the Jeep. 2 men stepped out. Dark suits. Calm faces. They looked at the Jeep. They wrote something down. Karen watched from across the street. Her heart was beating fast. Very fast. She wanted to walk over. But her legs would not move. One of the men nodded at the Jeep. The man from the house spoke with them quietly. They shook hands. Then the car left. Karen felt sick. She finally understood. This was bigger than HOA. Bigger than rules. Bigger than her. And now, there was no way out. The emergency HOA meeting started late. That never happened before. People whispered as they sat down. No one was smiling. Karen stood at the front of the room. Her clipboard was missing. That was the first sign. She cleared her throat. We have a situation, she said. Her voice tried to sound strong. But it was not. A board member raised his hand. Is it true? He asked. The Jeep is federal? Karen did not answer right away. She opened her folder. Papers fell out. She picked them up slowly. "We're still checking," she said. The room went silent. Another member leaned forward. "You sent fines," he said. "You tried to tow it." Karen nodded. "Yes," she replied. "Because it broke HOA rules." The lawyer on the call spoke next. His voice was calm. Too calm. "HOA rules do not apply to federal property," he said. Karen felt her stomach drop. "What does that mean for us?" someone asked. The lawyer paused. "It means potential legal trouble," he answered. Karen swallowed hard. She looked around. No one was on her side now. Across the neighborhood, the man was doing something simple. He was fixing a small light on the Jeep. No stress. No rush. Like he knew this moment would come. Back at the meeting, Karen tried to defend herself. "He never told me," she said. The lawyer replied. "He did not have to." That sentence hit hard. A board member sighed. "We need to stop everything," he said. "No more fines. No letters." Karen shook her head. "This cannot be right," she said. "I am HOA president." The lawyer spoke again. "Not above federal law," he said. Karen felt her power slipping. Fast. That evening, an official email went out. All actions against the vehicle are suspended. Neighbors read it. Then looked at the Jeep. Then at Karen's house. Something had changed. Karen stayed inside. Her lights were off. For the first time, she did not walk the streets. The next day, Karen received a message. Federal representatives may contact HOA. She stared at the screen. Her hands trembled. She realized something painful. This was no longer about rules. This was about consequences. And they were coming. The letter arrived early in the morning. No logo. No color. Just a plain white envelope. Karen knew it was bad news. She held it in her hands for a long time. Too long. Finally, she opened it. Her face went pale. The words were short. Clear. Cold. The letter said the Jeep was protected federal property. It also said the HOA had no authority. And then came the warning. Any further action may result in legal consequences. Karen sat down. Hard. This was real now. Across the street, the man was outside again. He was checking the tires of the Jeep. Calm. Focused. Like nothing in the world was wrong. Karen watched from behind her curtain. She felt small. Later that day, 2 federal officers arrived. They parked near the Jeep. Neighbors stopped walking. Cars slowed down. People whispered. The officers spoke with the man quietly. They nodded. One officer looked at the Jeep. Then looked at the house numbers. Everything was official. Karen stayed inside. She did not come out. Her phone rang. HOA board members were calling. "What did you do? Why didn't you tell us? Are we in danger?" Karen had no answers. Her voice was weak. By evening, the HOA website changed. All fines were removed. The violation page was deleted. Neighbors noticed. They smiled. For the first time, Karen was not in control. The man received one final email. Apologies for the misunderstanding. No name. No signature. Just fear. Karen sat alone that night. Her clipboard was on the table. She did not touch it. She understood the truth now. Power without limits always ends the same way. And this time, she lost. Karen did not show up the next morning. That shocked the neighborhood. She never missed a day. Never missed a walk. Never missed control. But now, her house was silent. No clipboard. No notes. No rules. An emergency HOA notice appeared online. Special board meeting mandatory. People talked. They knew what it was about. The meeting room was full. Karen walked in late. Her shoulders were low. Her face looked tired. She did not stand at the front. She sat down. That had never happened before. The board leader spoke first. "We received a formal complaint," he said. Karen looked at the table. "It involves misuse of HOA authority." Everyone knew who it was about. The lawyer joined on speaker. His voice was serious. "The HOA violated federal boundaries," he said. "This puts us at legal risk." Karen tried to speak. "I was just doing my job," she said softly. The lawyer replied, "You went beyond your authority." Silence filled the room. A vote was called. No long discussion. No arguments. Just raised hands. One by one. Karen did not raise hers. The result was clear. She was removed from her position. No applause. No cheers. Just relief. That evening, neighbors walked freely. They talked. They laughed. The Jeep was still there. Strong. Unmoved. The man stood outside for a moment. He looked around. The neighborhood felt lighter. Karen stayed inside. She finally understood something. Rules are not power. And power is not control. Respect is. The neighborhood felt different that morning. Sunlight touched the lawns. Birds sang louder. Even the wind seemed softer. The Jeep was parked proudly in its driveway. Strong. Silent. Untouchable. The man walked outside slowly. He sipped his coffee. Smiled just a little. No one cheered. No one clapped. And that was the point. True victory is quiet. Karen stayed inside her house. She did not come out. She did not walk the streets. She did not speak to anyone. The board moved on. Neighbors moved on. Life went back to normal. But the lesson stayed. Power without knowledge is dangerous. Rules without understanding are empty. And sometimes, the quiet person, the one who follows the law, wins without a fight. The man cleaned the Jeep slowly, methodically, like a ritual. Neighbors watched from a distance. Some whispered, "Finally, justice." Others nodded silently. And Karen? She learned the hard way that control is only an illusion. The Jeep remained. The neighborhood was peaceful. And the man, who had done nothing but follow the law, walked quietly into his house. Because sometimes, silence is stronger than shouting. And calm is stronger than anger. The story of the Jeep and Karen became a quiet legend in the neighborhood. A reminder. Not every battle needs noise. Some victories are seen, not heard. And in the end, everyone remembered. The rules belong to those who understand them. Not to those who only want to enforce them.